Now, in Turkey, they had a gay pride event. That's not unusual. It's been happening for many years in Taksim Square, which is a very important square in Istanbul. That's the biggest city in Turkey. Well, as Huffington Post explains, it was just one of many assaults. The gay pride event got assaulted by cops, of all things. I thought the cops were supposed to protect the Turkish citizens. Fascinating. But they explain it was just one of many assaults Sunday against peaceful gay pride participants. Reportedly the first time in 13 years that the annual festival was forcefully dispersed. Now, what in the world happened here? It turns out the Turkish police pounded the protesters with water cannons, rubber bullets, and tear gas. Why? Like they reported, it's been happening. You ask everybody, it's been happening for 13 years straight, never any problems. In fact, recently there was a pride parade in Istanbul for the trans community, and there was no issues there whatsoever. And these guys got attacked anyway. Now, Turkey has a little bit more of a fundamentalist government than it has had in the past, although for the last 10 years it's been the same guys, led by now President Erdogan. And he is more of a fundamentalist Muslim, and he has been more emboldened and taken more actions against protesters, most famously in Gezi Park, where millions of Turks protested against his rule, and he did not take kindly to that, and that's where they brought out the water cannons in full force. Now here, there doesn't appear to be any reason to actually do it other than we don't like you. Some conjectured that it might have been politics. Again, going back to Huffington Post here, they say activists like Turkey's first transgender parliamentary candidate say their main goal is to push for legislation that protects their community. And I guess the idea here is if they're going to get more political and push for legislation, this is the government of Turkey pushing back. I remember there being a secular government in Turkey that the people of Turkey were very proud of. Those days, unfortunately, seem further and further away in the rearview mirror as Erdogan continues his policies of crushing anyone against him for small and large reasons, for political and apparently somewhat political and non-political reasons. But part of the reason I bring you this story, other than to point out that it is outrageous and should never have been done, is I love pointing out when discrimination backfires. So they do the water cannons, and in the midst of people scattering, a wonderful, beautiful image pops up. Let me show you. Oops. As people wearing rainbow flags, colors, etc. are being fired upon with water cannons, the water cannons cause a gigantic rainbow over the protest. Now, if you're a believer, maybe that's a sign. My guess is they're not going to take it the same way, but I sure enjoyed the irony there. Because it turns out no matter what you do, you can't actually change people's core. You can't change their identity. That is who they are, and you can't water cannon it away. Just a nice little symbol here to show you the reality of human nature. And they're not going anywhere. They'll be back next year. And I'm proud to know that in my lifetime, the gay community in Turkey has gotten far more open. I never saw gay bars when I was younger and had visited Turkey. Then later, 15, 20 years ago, I started seeing gay bars open up in Istanbul, proud, flying the rainbow flag. Now to see people going backwards, or at least the government going backwards as the Turkish people are going forwards, is greatly discouraging. But as always, throughout the world, we shall overcome. Young Turks.